And one of my end of the trip to Singapore, and Rinpoche Choeden requested me to do a teaching. It's a kind of a short teaching. Since I'm free today, I think it's good to use the time for a good purpose. Doing a teaching is always most kind of useful way to use the time. So thank you very much for your presence. It's not easy to find time for Dharma in an extremely busy kind of professional life. So I do believe most of you are leading a very busy life. Somehow you feel the importance of the spiritual Dharma teachings. So that is the driving force that brought you here today. I appreciate your presence and your interest in Dharma. So first of all, it's really important that we should cultivate a right motivation. And it's equally important at the part of the teacher and disciple both to cultivate a right motivation. And I do believe many of you may have received a lot of teachings on right motivation in past. So let's chant this short verse of cultivation of motivation, so that while we chant that, you try to cultivate a correct motivation, correct intention to join this discourse. The most basic correct intention is to take refuge into the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha from the depth of your heart, a serious and genuine sense of relying into Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, with knowing the greatness of Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. Buddha is a reference for Buddha. This word has two different meanings. The historic Buddha Shakyamuni, a prince born somewhere in northeastern part of India, or in today's, according to the today's kind of territorial adjustment in southwest part of the Nepal, and he, driven by some kind of inspiration, he renounced the world and lived a life of ascetic, and then finally managed to find the path, and after practicing the path, he achieved Buddhahood. So that is a general reference for the Buddha Shakyamuni when we use the word Buddha. But there is another kind of definition of the Buddha that stands for any living being who's attained that state of being the Buddha. It does also have that kind of meaning behind it. So we should be relying from the depth of our heart in his spirit, Buddha Shakyamuni, and any other being who have achieved the similar state of attainment. Then Dharma is a reference for the teachings of the Buddha in a kind of a very formal way, then it has a kind of a much deeper meaning behind it, which also means a deep, profound kind of higher realizations of the practitioners through training into the instructions given by the Buddha.